Pickleball Open. My name is Dylan Kimlin, and sitting next to me, the Queen of Australia herself, Sarah Burr. It is Sunday, ladies and gentlemen, and you know what that means, championships on the line. We are live here from Grandstand Court, and we're about to get stuck into our first bronze medal of the day. We've got a well-known figure here in the Australian pickleball scene, none other than Phuc, who will be taking on the absolute superstar Duong. This will be 3 games to 11, win by 2. Utilising the Franklin X40. Sarah, thank you for jumping in the booth with me here at the Melbourne Convention Centre.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Thanks for having me on board.
And you've played quite a few matches on these courts already. What can we anticipate for our first singles match of the day?
I am hoping for a 3-setter here. Both very, very seasoned pickleball players here, singles players, very athletic gentlemen. I'm looking for some massive, long firefights, baseline rallies. Lots of athleticism on display here, I'd imagine.
Oh, yeah, not wrong. Plenty of sprinting around. I was watching QD warming up with his family just before this match began, and it's a pretty warm day outside, let me tell you that, and he is bringing that heat here on this main court. Speaking of Duong, I'll be covering all of his matches today. I was speaking to him as well, as he does have a couple on the championship court as well later on today. And my goodness, what a spectacular athlete he is. I think he's drawn a lot of interest from the Australian pickleball crowd. There's been already a lot of fans piling in to watch this bronze medal match. Is there anything that's really impressed you about his game?
Probably his athleticism and just the power of his ground strokes.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he absolutely rips the ball. Very impressive. And just the work ethic, as you said, he's been out here for probably the best part of an hour with his dad and his brother, doing lots of very specific drills, getting some patterns down. And really impressed with his prep.
Speaking of his brother, Bao went viral with that nasty Nelson shot earlier this week. And my goodness, wasn't that a lot of fun to call that? Please pop on over to the PPA social media pages if you want to see that little bit of action. But on the other side, we've obviously got Phuc Huynh, who we've seen many times here in the Australian pickleball scene, obviously playing in the MLPA format. You've gone up against him in the past.
I have.
And what's your thoughts on his game?
Yeah, he has one of the hardest drives I've ever come up against in doubles. So happy to have a win against him actually in MLP. But he's a great athlete again, and I had the pleasure of watching him play in Vietnam, where he took out the singles title there. So he's in really fine form. So
and top bloke as well, like really friendly, always chatting to everyone. And this morning, however, minimal chatting. He was locked in the zone. I was seeing him with the Franklin X40 in front of him. He was visualising the whole time. But we can visualise this bronze medal match about to get started. 0-0. And an anticlimactic beginning with an off serve. And there we go, first points on the board.
Yeah, he managed to really get the ball to dip to Quang's backhand there. So we'll see if that's a pattern that's going to emerge throughout the match.
There we go, side out. And QD's already got a fair bit of experience when it comes to winning medals in the PPA format. He managed to beat Ben Johns twice last year. He's already taken a gold and a silver in the 2024 season as well. His first gold medal was against Connor Garnett at the Rate Championship in October, so not that long ago.
Yeah, certainly stormed onto the pickleball scene, that's for sure.
1-0.
There we go, Phuc responds. And it's great to see the Vietnamese representation here.
Yeah, there's quite a few Vietnamese players here across all divisions and age groups, so it's impressive to see them make the big flight over.
0-1.
Flick of the wrist goes long. I love this, by the way. Quang's dad in the crowd. He's had a ball the whole weekend. He's big smile on his face.
1-1.
It's been good to see.
Phuc's having a little bit of trouble here with the serve.
Yeah. It's just
dealing with it.
outrageous.
It's just so hefty. It's got so much pace and it's so deep. Really hard to get that
2-1.
rhythm.
Oh, there we go. Good play for Phuc. No one sails long. It's been a good turnout from the Victorian fan base this weekend, but quite tense at the moment. Everyone just enjoying the moment.
1-2. Side out. 2-1. Side out.
Couple of side outs to get us going here, Sarah.
Yeah, it's like neither has managed to really run away with a string of points here. We're getting a lot of side outs.
Officials for this match of Campbell and Jay. Two known names here in the Australian pickleball space for the referees.
1-2.
Absolutely. Oh, it's an incredible point there.
Big rally.
Just pickleball 101 going side to side, right? Hit the ball where your opponent is not.
Jeez, these fellas are so fit. Avatar, as he's known, and he will be showcased on many of our events today. He has 3 medal matches up for grabs on our championship Sunday.
It's been a great tournament for him.
Slajana and James, Rebecca and Kendall, court 1. Ivan and Shane, Ian and David, show court 2, please.
Yep, put away there from Huynh. And the matches I'm referring to, we will see Quang later on today on Grandstand Court once more. He'll be playing the bronze medal for the mixed doubles, teaming up with Viv Glosman. And they'll be up against Jay De Villiers and Elise Jones. And then after that, championship court for the gold.
Big day ahead for him.
Yeah, well, he'll be trying to be a giant killer in that one, considering he's teaming up with CJ Klinger for the men's doubles, taking on Tyson McGuffin and Gabe Tardio, potentially sniffing around for a triple crown, both of those gentlemen.
Wow.
Can QD break hearts? Oh, bang. You know what's crazy, considering I was speaking to a couple of the pros and that they don't typically use the X40, or they haven't leading up to this event until, like, I think it was a couple of years ago they used to use the X40.
True.
But they consider it a little bit of a slower ball, but as a result, it adds a fun element to the match.
It does. And longer rallies.
Yeah.
Court 2, please. Sorry. Yes, court 2.
But keeping that in mind, it's still outrageous how fast this ball's zipping around, considering that.
So we've got a timeout here.
Yeah, Phuc opting to have a bit of a breather. And fair enough too, Sarah. We talked about how, I guess, such a big day that QD has, but Phuc for himself, you know, this is the only, we're really wanting a positive showing to get started here for this bronze medal. And he's no stranger to high pressure environments. We've obviously seen him perform well in other events in the past. So
yeah, and like we were saying, neither has really managed to break away here in this first set. We're at 3-1. We've been running for quite some time now, so not a bad timeout here to just regroup and really think long and hard about what he's going to do with this serve. I found that his serves have been a little bit shallower.
okay.
So potentially he might be looking for getting some more depth on the serve.
Yep.
Try and negate that sort of advantage that the receiver has on the point.
It feels a bit strange seeing Phuc run around in a tournament without his good friend Marcel standing next to him. No doubt probably tuning in.
Yeah, they're a package deal, those two.
But we can continue this match once more. And QD is pacing.
He is. He's locked in. We'll look over at Dad there.
Looking at 1 timeout remaining. There is 1-3. Point.
Phuc did an amazing job because that was a really deep, hard return by QD there. Another point on the board.
2-3.
There we go. Covering the angles and solid timeout.
Yeah, and he's really, the ball's a lot lower, so his drives seem to be a lot lower over the net, so there's really not much that QD can do with the ball. He's there and he's volleying it, but he has to hit either, you know, horizontally across that ball or even up on the ball. So.
Oh,
That's
crafty. Flick of the wrist, claps all round. And he has responded very well after that timeout. We can see QD on the right side. Oh, he's just off camera having a chat to Dad. But it's all about Phuc at the moment.
It is. Just finding those angles and keeping the ball super low.
And I do wonder whether, you know, if you are coaching QD, you can't say just hit the ball harder because he does that in spades.
He does.
3-4.
I guess it's just get it as deep as you can. It's not even just about how hard you hit it, but it's more about depth.
Oh, got under it.
Almost got it.
Driving prowess, simply incredible, Sarah.
They're both so good at their drives.
Ah, there we go. Outrageous reach there from Huynh.
Yeah, incredible court coverage there. And just great anticipation. It's so hard to read because Quang uses a lot of wrist, so he can sort of change direction at the last minute, but he's got quite a good read on him at the moment.
Oh, he is feeling himself right now.
That's just simply too good.
Terrific shot down the right side of screen. And these fellas are going blow to blow to get us started here on our Sunday morning.
5-4.
Great touch there by QD.
Yeah. Gentle caress into the kitchen, and that side out once more.
I honestly feel like Phuc's having a lot more success just going for the flatter, lower drives when he's trying to do the sort of topspin rolls. They're just sitting up that little bit too high, and QD's all over it at the kitchen there.
Yeah, and it's a warm day outside at the moment, considering we are in the Melbourne Convention Centre. It is pushing mid to high 30s, I think. So that's in Celsius, by the way.
Yeah, we're actually very fortunate to be indoors and lovely air conditioning.
Yeah.
Martin, Brett and Donald, please, to court 5.
That's just gone long. I did see Phuc having long conversations with Dao Young, discussing their paddles yesterday.
Ah, right. Wow.
And it doesn't matter what paddle you use when you're up against someone that can strike the ball as well as that.
That was a great point.
He's taken a 1-point lead here.
6-5.
Down the wide side once more. Pull up a bit proppy there.
Yeah, QD was quite lucky to get away with that one because it was high. It's definitely a ball that Phuc puts away 9 times out of 10.
And we have a
timeout.
We have a timeout here
7-5.
from the side of Phuc, and we're going to have a timeout ourselves, ladies and gentlemen, as we bounce into a quick commercial break. Live here from the Melbourne Convention Centre. We will return straight after this.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the Carvana PPA Tour. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the Carvana PPA Tour.
Water, waste, energy. The game is on. Together, let's fight the ultimate match, ecological transformation. Veolia.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Proton Australian Pickleball Open. We're about to get underway once more. Second timeout.
7-5.
QD with a 2-point lead. Ooh, full tilt.
Phuc threw everything but the kitchen sink at that point.
Not wrong, my goodness.
A deep return, a drop volley, crazy gets, and still unfortunately not able to get the side out.
8-5.
Passing shots from Huynh, elite.
These are laser beams right now.
And that's the crazy thing, right? Like, for our Australian viewers tuning in, this is the level that's expected if you want to play professional. You need to be perfect. And Phuc is doing very well considering.
He sure is. Like I said, I think that's working so well for him, though. He's just going for those flatter, low drives.
5-8.
That's off to the wide side, and once again, another side out. The crowds continue to pile in here at the Melbourne Convention Centre as we have a packed day ahead of us.
8-5.
Oh, bang, put away. I'm actually keeping an eye out, Sarah, because I was speaking to a bunch of our Kiwi friends that are here, and they said for Championship Sunday, there's a big bunch of them, like 6 or 7 of them. They're all rocking up in like white suits to watch all of the matches.
That's amazing. I love that.
So if it looks like a boy band from the 90s piles in the background, ladies and gentlemen, please let me know in the comments so I can give them a wave.
QD's just
5.
teeing off right now. Some crazy winners.
And that's locked it in. Game 1 has gone to Duong. Phuc did play some terrific shots, but just the sheer consistency on display here for QD, locking down the first one.
Absolutely. It's just been relentless.
That's the right terminology, I think, to discuss when it comes to Quang Dong, and he's looks very calm.
He does look very calm, but honestly, I feel like you said, you almost have to be perfect at this point. Playing pro, and Phuc's been hitting some good drives, but they're just not quite good enough, and they've just been eaten up. Quang's all over it, just relentless with his pressure and pace and angles. Just what do you just have to say? I've done my best.
That's right, and that's the crazy
the
thing, right? Like, considering how well Phuc is playing, like their shots are close to perfect, but when you're up against someone like this young man, the enigma himself, it yeah, it's just outrageous. From your perspective, Sarah, like obviously you've gone toe-to-toe with quite a few of the American pros. What's your experience, some of the players over here, and then going up against this quality?
I feel like the difference is most of the US pros and some of these high-level international players is that they can maintain that really high level for longer periods of time. So I feel like a lot of our Australian players have the ability to do it for a certain amount of time, a set or half a set, but these guys are doing it all day.
Yeah.
So I think that's been the big takeaway that we've all learnt, I think, as a collective.
Yeah, well, lots of learning to be had and a lot of positives as well. I think talking about going all day, I did mention Duong has games all day, so his campaign's only beginning, but Phuc would love to force a game 3 as we get started with a bang down the left corner.
That's a great start.
First points on the board in this game too.
We would all love to see game 3 here.
Oh, yeah.
1-0.
So Phuc will have a huge following back at Vietnam, I'm sure, watching this match and cheering them on from home. It's a huge scene right now, pickleball in Vietnam.
Yeah, well, how amazing was our Vietnam Open that we did last year with PPA Australia? The Vietnamese cohort were crazy. They were just amongst the games and turned out in force. It was such a wonderful experience.
Indeed it was. You have to wonder who the Vietnamese were going for here. May the best man win.
Well, yeah, I think they're just enjoying themselves, honestly, as we all are. And it's something I continually want to push, right? Like our region doesn't necessarily just represent Australia, it's New Zealand and Southeast Asia. And how proud we are.
Absolutely. He's getting a couple of free points here with these massive serve. Phuc having a little bit of trouble timing the return. It's the thing with singles, it's almost like the point's over if you don't get a decent return. So you have to go big, you have to take a little bit of risk.
Jeez, that top spin he applies on that double-handed backhand.
It was one of the few sort of cat and mouse points we've had so far. It's honestly just been a blasting from the baseline at this point.
Full-on artillery on display here for our game 2.
Bit of net love for QD.
Yeah, he can't be stopped, and we have a timeout here
Timeout.
on the side of Huynh. And I think this is a scary sight to behold when QD's coming out and just swinging for the stars as he is currently. Sarah, if you find yourself in Phuc Huynh's position, what would you be trying to change anything up?
I feel like, yeah, he's doing all the right things. Like I said, he's just missing a few of those returns. Like the serves are so hard to deal with. So I think you have to commit to going for the deep returns. And then honestly, like I said, I really feel like his best strategy is those flat, low drives. It seems to be working better than the rolls that he's tried to attempt. Most of the rolls have just been sitting up that little bit too high. So I think put that one in the back pocket for now. Stick to what got you locked in for most of game 1. It's sort of, we had them locked in at 5-5, 4-5 for quite some time. And get the serve back and going big. He needs to go big on the serve to force like a weaker return from QD.
I want to touch on that point because when I think of male singles players here in Australia, Tom Evans is probably the only one that really rips his serve. Zach Grabovic does as well, but is that something that we feel that the Australian pickleball cohort probably could develop a little bit more?
100%. I feel like it's a massive part, especially in the singles game.
Yeah.
That was a better point there from Phuc. He really put the pressure on, but really nice deep return. He needs to really lock in here. He needs that to commit to a big serve, get some more points on the board. He's frustrated with himself.
Yeah, well, no one likes coming fourth, and Phuc will be doing everything he can to get himself back into this.
It's not over yet. Painting lines there. It's just insane.
Simply outrageous. The shots this young man has.
6-1.
Watch.
You'll notice that was such a short return there. It just really, the point was over from that point. You really couldn't recover from that.
Well, let's discuss that from a deep analysis point of view. So we often talk about the service, but
7-1.
the return is crucial in singles.
100%. Otherwise, you're on skates for the rest of the point.
And we can see
Oh, that was close. No.
Point.
Phuc
Refs
is-
have confirmed that the ball was long.
Yeah, well, Phuc's obviously recognised the longer returns were required and unfortunately overcooked that one.
Like I said, it's the right strategy because it might lengthen the points a little bit, but really you're on the back foot completely if you don't get a deep return.
Pirouette there from
Point.
Huynh, and QD living in that transition zone. We often say that's the like no man's land, but geez, he's all about it at the moment. Very comfortable, and we have another timeout here on the side of Huynh. We are going to bounce into a quick commercial break, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll be back live here from the Melbourne Convention Centre to return for this game too. Welcome back, everyone. We are going to continue here for this 9-1.
That was a great approach by Phuc there. He's sort of got a bit of pep in his step now, so I feel like he...
Timeout.
Oh,
Timeout here on the side of Duong.
maybe he sensed it too. Bit of a change in the body language.
Yeah.
It's like he puffed his chest out or something.
Yeah, a little
Phuc
bit
here.
fired up. But I was going to say that play there, I just assumed that Phuc had put it away and made a winner, and still QD managed to get it and nearly pulled off a crazy ATP. Just goes to show, I was speaking to a couple of the Australian pros like Joey Wild, George Wall, to name a few, and one of the big things they've said for our player base to really learn from is you can't expect that you've won the point.
Yes, you have to win the point like 5 times against these guys.
Yeah. Yeah, and obviously for all of our rec and social players around the country, that's something that we all do, right? You hit a nice clean shot, you're like, oh, they're not getting that back.
You admire your shot.
But for these guys, you can't rest. And that must be really hard on you as a player, right, in this situation.
100%, yeah. Like it's never over. You've got to, like you said, always expect the ball to come back and be ready for it.
Yep.
Recover quickly. No backswinging, like admiring.
Oh, there we go. Bit of there from Huynh. He does
He's
get
got a
some.
big smile now. I love this energy. It's a really positive energy out there by Phuc.
The mentality required in singles pickleball.
2-9.
All positive. But it does seem that he's striking the ball well after that timeout. He needs to dig deep here as QD finds himself 2 points away from a bronze medal.
Yeah.
9-2. Phuc.
Caught up on the serve here. So
First and
the
only warning. Replay.
first
9-2.
warning for the serve with his wrist being above the paddle.
Oh, simply
Excellent
outrageous.
point. Should make a correction there. His paddle was above his wrist as he struck the ball there. That was the service warning for QD.
What a rally that was, my goodness.
Amazing.
And that final shot there from Huynh down the left side, pummeled.
2-9. Point.
He's got an easy point there. Can he make a run here at 3-9?
3-9.
Beautiful roll. We haven't sort of seen him attack the roll to the forehand as
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, well, it's all been all out driving, right? Like we've seen
Yeah.
barely any slow approaches to the net. We did see quite a fair bit of cat and mouse play style within the player base yesterday. These two gentlemen are
4-9.
showing their guns at the moment, and we are enjoying it.
Oh, just hit the tape there, unfortunately. He's really, he's mixing things up now. He's adding a few more rolls,
Yeah.
trying some different angles.
Well, I go and mention a slower off-pace ball and lands in the net.
9-4.
Be quiet, Dylan.
Let's see if he returns forehand again. Instead of pattern's being forehand, and then a rip to the backhand.
That angle is outrageous. And QD now finds himself with an opportunity to gobble up a bronze medal to get us started here for Championship Sunday.
Let's see if Phuc can do something about that.
10-4.
Oh, and it's done.
Game, set.
Yep, and Duong will secure the first medal of the day, bronze medal, going to Quang Duong, who has a big Sunday ahead of him. 2 more medal matches to come, and Sarah, I'd say he was hitting the ball very cleanly.
Yeah, I mean, Phuc played well as well, so it's like he has to sort of hold his head high there. He gave him a really good run, particularly in that first set. It was very tight. It was locked in. It was side out after side out for the first half of the that match. And they've just, I think that's just one of those instances where you say, they were too good on the day. They were that little bit better, a little bit more consistent.
I'm trying not to laugh, ladies and gentlemen, as I've just looked over at Phuc's bench. He has Bao Duong sitting in his bench. So that's Quang's brother, clearly cheering on his opposition. But for Phuc, admirable effort. He's up against one of the superstars of the American pickleball space. And what an exciting way to get us started, ladies and gentlemen. We will continue the streams. Thank you for jumping in the booth with me, Sarah.
It was a pleasure. Thank you.